Here we are at our example 6 from our 4.3, number 3 set of notes. Now we're asked to factor this trinomial, and we notice that 6 is a little bit different. We have some different variables going on, but we're going to start out with the game still being the same. So our A value here is 1, and our C value here is 14. And so 1 times 14 gives us 14. And so we're going to create a list using that product. So in this case, 14. So 1 times 14 gives us 14. Also, 2 times 7 does that. Now, looking at those pairs, which of those combine to give us negative 9 in the middle? Well, the 2 and the 7 accomplish that. So those are the values that we're going to go ahead and use. Now, since we're trying to get a negative 9ab in the middle, we notice that we're going to have 2ab and 7ab. Because when they take the product and you eventually distribute, you end up with that negative 9ab that you're wanting. So that's why we have both variables here. Now, we're going to go ahead and drop down the other values. So we have our a squared and our 14b squared. And that's positive, and the a squared was positive. The signs for the 2ab and then the 7ab, they have to combine to give us this negative 9ab that we want in the middle. So as a result, they would both have to be negative to accomplish that. Now, what we're going to go ahead and do, and again, the order of that negative 7ab and the negative 2ab, that doesn't really matter. You could have flipped the two, doesn't matter. Now, what we're going to go ahead and do is, just like before, split that down the middle. And we're going to factor by grouping. So looking at that first pair, the a squared minus 2ab, the best thing that we could pull out is just an a. So we just have an a on the outside, and what we're left then with is a minus 2b. Looking at the second set of numbers, we can pull out a negative 7 from both of them, as well as a b from both of them. So we're going to factor out a negative 7b. And what we're left with then is a, in this first term, since we factor out a negative, minus 2b. And notice how they both share that common factor. That's a good sign. That kind of helps you to say, oh, I'm doing this kind of in the right direction here. So as a result, since they both share that common factor, we would have a minus 2b that you can pull out of both, and what you're left then with is a minus 7b. Okay, so again, that was a more challenging question just because you have multiple variables. Definitely take another look at that one if you need, okay? But again, though, that is example 6 from our 4.3, number 3 set of notes.